The friendlies. A total of 4 friendly matches were scheduled. The first match was against Kasigu, which ended with a 3-0 win for Naha. In the next match, a game against Real Verani ended in a draw 1-1. Maleta Kings were the next opposition, and Naha ended up winning that game with a narrow 1-0 score. In the last friendly, Naha lost to Juniper with the scoreline 1-2. First match of the season. In the first match of the season, Naha were to meet Casa. Casa scored the first goal of the match at the 27th minute, and nothing else happened in the first half. It was not until the 74th minute of the game, where Philip Butala from Naha scored, that something happened. But to Mark's disappointment, just 3 minutes later, Casa was awarded a penalty if they scored. The game ended with a 1-2 loss for Naha. In the second game of the season, the cup started. Not a normal cup, as this was split into 2 groups of 6, with the top 2 from each group going through to the knockout rounds. The second match for Naha, the first in the group stage of the cup, were against Central Coast. Sadly, Naha didn't even manage to score this game, and while Central Coast managed to score twice, it meant another loss for Naha. The third match, another cup game, was against Henderson Eels. Though Naha managed to score once, this wasn't enough to win, as Henderson Eels also scored once, making both teams getting 1 point each. Henderson Eels were also the opposition in the next match. This time Naha managed to score once again, but they did keep a clean sheet, making Naha gain a victory in their first 3 points of the season. After this followed another 3 group cup matches. The first against Sosa. This game was lost 0-1. Next was against Real Kakamora. Here Naha managed to score twice, while keeping a clean sheet, winning the game. In the final match of the Group Cup, Naha was up against Solomon Warriors. Naha scored in the 9th minute, and again in the 28th minute. No more goals were scored this game, and Naha won another game. In the group stage of the Cup, however, Naha managed to secure a total of 7 points. That was 1 point short of the top 2 finish, as Sosa managed to grab 8 points. So for this year, no cup trophy for Naha, and they can now focus on the league. Next followed the third game of the league. This was against Lagu. After trailing behind since the 17th minute, Naha equalized in the 43rd minute, and just 4 minutes before the end of ordinary time, Naha managed to score another and taking their second league win. Central Coast were the next opposition, and despite having lost the previous meeting, Naha took the lead after 18 minutes. In the second half, Naha scored another, and this time took the win. In the next match, a revenge against Sosa was on the table. However, it did not go that way, as Naha lost 0-1 yet again. Better it went in the next game against Marist, as Naha won 2-1 after all goals being scored within the first 41 minutes of the game. In the final game of May, Wanigu was the opposite team. After grabbing a late lead and trailing 1 behind even later, Naha managed to grab a 2-2 draw. After 7 league games, June meant a short break of football, or actually from the 19th of May to the next match, July 14th, there was a break from games. So what that meant for the form was exciting or scary to see. After the break, Koloale was the first team Naha had to compete against after the break. While Naha managed to score the first, they could not prevent Koloale to score, and the game ended in a 1-1 draw. Next game was against Southern United, and the same story seemed to take its toll. Naha scored first. Although late in the game, Southern United managed to equalize 3 minutes before end of the ordinary time, making another draw. Lagu was the opposite team, and Naha didn't get the best start, as after 8 minutes they were behind. And after 20 minutes, they were also 1 man down. That didn't help, and they could not score another. They lost this game 0-1. The next game was against Solomon Warriors. This time the roles were reversed. After having been down 0-1 since the 12th minute, Naha managed to get a 1-1 draw by scoring in the 87th minute. So another draw was added to the list. 5 draws and 1 loss in the last 6 games was not good for the standings in the league. Without wins, they could not see themselves ending up on top. Henderson Eels were the only game in August. To no surprise, this game also ended with a 1-1 draw, adding another to the list. But in the first game of September against Wanigu, a win finally happened. After being on goal down for 50 minutes, Naha managed to both equalize in the 57th minute and score the winner on a penalty 10 minutes before the end, ending their no-winning streak of 6 games. Another win was added to the list, as Naha won 2-0 against Real Kakamora. But then a terrible streak happened once again. First came a 0-2 defeat against Casa. Then came another 0-2 defeat against Marist. And to make matters worse, another 0-2 defeat came against Solomon Warriors. They broke the losing streak, but it was just replaced by a drawing streak. Central Coast and Naha drew 1-1. Then Southern United and Naha drew 1-1. And then Coloel and Naha drew 1-1. Recap: a total of 9 draws, 8 of which ended 1-1, 6 losses and 7 wins summed up a rather bad start for Mark. Despite what seemed like some bad stats, Naha ended up 5th place in the league standings with 30 points. Though 18 points less than both Solomon Warriors and Casa, with the former winning the title and trophy because they won 2-0 in the first game against Casa while losing the second game only 0-1. Naha had to reinvent themselves if they wanted to gain another 18 points on the 2 strongest teams of the league, and in the cup they just needed a bit more luck to make it through to the final stages. Mark had some thoughts of what he could do, even though he was not sure that his plans was going to bear fruit. That only time would tell.